Today, Dragon Age 3 is going to be so big, you guys, like, wow, you don't even know. This is Checkpoint.
Welcome to Checkpoint, we're with angered Sonic the Hedgehog fans.
A couple astute viewers pointed out that Sonic Jump was originally a Nokia cell phone game from 2006 that vastly predates Doodle Jump. Granted, but let me just say that if you think Sega is remaking Sonic Jump to capitalize on the success of a game no one had heard of, and not because of the success of Doodle Jump, y'all don't know Sega. Also, apparently some kind of Sonic/Waldo books came out several years ago. Well, that was also a bad idea then, and our criticism stands. Just leave Sonic alone. The class action lawsuit against Sony for its PlayStation Network breach last year has been thrown out because the judge noticed that Sony's lawyers are geniuses and the PSN user agreement clearly states that there is no such thing as perfect security and there was no guarantee that the PSN wouldn't be breached. So, tough titties, class action filers. It's your fault for trusting Sony with your credit card information after they asked for it so you could use their service.
Deep Silver has said its upcoming Dead Island Riptide will have a 5th playable character and will feature a much darker plot than the first Dead Island game. Guys, the trailer for the first game showed a little girl zombie killing her own parents before being thrown out a window to her second death? And then when you played the game, it was just hours and hours and hours of disturbingly realistic women screaming as you inflicted blunt force trauma on them. Is it actually possible to make your game darker? The whole thing can't be in a cave.
Medal of Honor Warfighter, the game with the least fanciful name ever, rolled out a Day 1 patch to address a variety of glaring issues with the game. Your team chat could be heard by the other team, random players could join invite-only parties, and it fixed, quote, an issue where the controls stopped working under certain conditions. We understand that Day 1 patches help with things that slipped by in the madness before a game goes gold, but still. Fixed an issue where, under certain circumstances, brand new players were forced to play with a placeholder weapon until their first death.
If you order the upcoming God of War Ascension from GameStop, you'll get an exclusive King Leonidas skin that comes with the red cape, helmet, armor, and spear that will make your multiplayer character look just like the hero of Zack Snyder's green screen epic. And this is cool and all, but that movie came out 5 years ago. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's 2007 calling. It would like its relevant movie tie-in back. It would also like to apologize for all those "this is madness, no, this is Sparta" memes. They seemed a lot funnier at the time. Vlambeer,
developers of Super Crate Box, are releasing a Commodore 64 port of the game, because why not, called Super Bread Box. The team hired Paul Kohler, the developer of the C64 version of Cannibalt, to do the port, and you know he'll do a great job because he's not just the developer, he's also the entire market.
Dragon Age 3 is gonna be a biggin'. Not only has BioWare said the game was in pre-production for longer than Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, or even Mass Effect, just one level in the game is as big as all of the levels in Dragon Age 2 put together. And while I'm sure a massive level that's just 40 square miles of snowdrifts will show people up for bitching about the size of Dragon Age 2, it does raise the question of quantity over quality. Because game levels are like sex partners. Just because there's a lot of square footage doesn't mean there's anything you want to do there.
Nice.
So, what do you think we got wrong this week?
I don't know, but the comments will tell us in about 3 seconds.
They say your hair looks nice. Coming up, Team Meat's new game is called Mugenics, which sounds adorable and terrifying. So, operating as intended.